Hi, Edie Fox here. I just wanted to share with you how I make uh, ephemera boxes. You can make them any size. Um, well, if you have the paper. Okay, so this is an ephemera. I'm calling it an ephemera box or just a box. And this is my design, and I just based it off of the Chinese thread boxes. Here's an example of Chinese thread box. I just made it out of some paper, scrap paper, so you could see what I was talking about. This is the bottom of the large Chinese thread boxes. This would be the bottom layer, and then there are several layers that go on top, and they stack up and they get smaller and smaller. So you have, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4 here. And this design, the bottom one, is made from, to make this you fold the paper in thirds. So whatever the bottom, this dimension down here that you want, you would need it to have it 3 lengths or 3 widths, okay? And when they're made out of paper, and they end up, where's the one I tore? And they end up having, you have a double paper on these sides, and then it folds over here. Same thing. It's kind of, and it makes a strong box, definitely. Excuse me. Okay, but the thing I don't like about these is the sides are going to be the same width, or half the width of the final box size. And it's really tall, which is, in some cases, that's good. For my purposes, no. Okay. Another way that you can make these, this is, imagine that this is a paper bag, as it is a paper bag. Well, it was. Okay, and this is, so the way you make this one is you take the bottom of it, you know how it's folded like that, and sometimes you close it and use it as a pocket. Okay, and sometimes you just fold it back and glue it together. Okay, in this case, you just fold it back and then cut it on that bottom line. But be careful that you don't cut this seam. See that seam right there? You don't want to cut that edge. You just want to cut close to it, okay? I cut that here. I was just doing this really quickly so that I could show you, because in a different video that I deleted, I realized that I couldn't explain it to you. I needed to show you. Okay, so then you just open this up, and you have the thread box. See how that works? Okay, and this is nice. It's nice and thin, and it would go on a journal page really well. And you could take some decorative paper or whatever, you know how we do, and put it across there, You could even use part of this bag, and then you'd have another pocket. If you cut it off here, you'd have another pocket that would open. And then you could flip it up, and it would open like that. Okay. Now, back to the one I made. Okay, so I don't care for the sides being tall. It just seems it's cumbersome to reach in and get things. See, hear that? Yeah. So on this one I made it 1 1/4 inch, the sides 1 1/4 inches. And you can make them the normal height, meaning that it would, this edge right here would meet the halfway mark, and you could have that come over, and these would also meet the halfway mark, right? So this is a 4-inch box, so it would, so all the sides would be 2 inches. And this one, you could still have this one as a long side, or you could cut it off at the 2-inch mark too, and it would just meet right in the middle. Okay, but I like this. I'm putting this in an explosion journal, and the pages are 4x4. I think they're actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Can't remember. Anyway, this is 4 inches, and what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to glue the whole bottom of it down to the box, although I might leave it open for a pocket. Yeah, I will. Okay, and then I'm going to use some kind of a closure on it. You know how we do these little circular closures with a thread wrapped around, and then wrap it around here. I probably will do it that way. I'm not sure. But, so, and I like mine, I like my sides short. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I make this. And it's going to be kind of long because I'm going to go ahead and score this and draw the lines on it so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so, Pookie, go on, Pookie. Pookie's sitting on my scoreboard. Okay, so the way I'm going to start this is I'm starting this on the long side of my paper. Don't buy this board. It falls apart. This part right there, yeah, that it's a punch, and every time you move it, it'll pop out, and then you lose the spring, and it's don't. Yeah. I like the scoreboard on it, and there are, you know, it has some other things that you can also use, and they work, but yeah. I like this scoreboard much better than the Martha Stewart one. The Martha Stewart one I think it's crooked. Okay, sorry. Alright, so what I'm working on right now, this box is 4 inches square. I already said that. Okay, so I'm gonna, and my sides are 1 1/4 inches here, here, and here. Okay, so I'm going to score this at 1 1/2 inch for this edge here, or 1 1/4 inches. I'm sorry. And I wanted to also draw a mark. Okay, and then I'm going to score it at 5 1/4 inches. This is going to be this part, the bottom, this. So 5 1/4. And try and, I'm going to run out of lead. Okay, and then we need to score it at another 1 1/2 or 1 1/4. I've got to turn this around though. Okay, and then I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. Looks bigger. Okay, and this is scrap, okay? Scrap and scrap and scrap. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it to the short side, and I'm keeping the same face always, because when you fold it, you want to fold it in the opposite direction. Okay. All these are going to be folded in the opposite direction of the scoring, of the side I scored. Okay, never mind. Okay, now what I'm going to do is score at 4 inches. Okay, now I'm going this way, right? And I'm scoring these. So, look at this. What the heck? Is it this board? Oh, okay. Another reason I hate the board. Except I like the scoreboard. Okay, sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to go and score at 4 inches. That's for the top. Okay. And I'm also going to come back from that 4 inches and score it at 1 1/4. Just to the line, just to your other score line. You really don't want to go over that. And down here too. I think it's right here. Okay. Nice line. Okay. And then I need to rotate this around and score it at 4. Okay, so now I'm doing the bottom of the box. And I'll score that at 4. And now I'm doing this side, the bottom side. And that will just be at 5 and, or I move down 1 1/4 inches. So on my scoreboard, that's at, what is that? 2 3/4. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to mark this one. Okay. So, and this is scrap. This is all scrap here. Okay. Done with the scoreboard. Okay, now I'm going to, okay, here's the top, and I don't do this, I don't draw a line, I just cut it with my scissors from point to point, but I'm going to draw a line so you can see it easier, what I'm doing. There, okay, try again. So you go from the corner of the bottom, this is the bottom, and up to the corner of that little square and put an X there, okay? Corner of the bottom up to there and put an X there. Corner of the bottom I don't know where it is. I can't see it. And put an X there. Okay. So this is the top. That's the bottom. And this is the bottom side. And these are this is going to, depends on how you're looking at it, right? But here's the side and here's the side. Okay. So now I'm cutting this part off. I'm just getting rid of the excess. And the way I'm folding this, just so I can find the line to cut it on, and the way I like to fold these when you're using the scoreboard is put my finger on the very corner of the fold, then match this edge up with this edge. And hold it there really tightly, and then I kind of press from this part towards the fold. Okay. And I'm just cutting this off now. And I'm going to cut this one off. This is also the excess on the other side. Sorry about the way my makeshift table's moving. When I was trying to do this before on my little table, my little TV tray, which is what I always work on, I realized you couldn't see what I was working on because the surface was too small. So I took some corrugated plastic board and put two sheets together and put this on top, and to cover up how ugly it is, I put some parchment paper over it. So it's real lightweight and it does support the light and the camera, but it wiggles. Okay, now, where's my shears? Now I'm just taking my scissors, and this is the top piece, and you want to get rid of this and this. And if I wasn't on camera, I'd use my blade to cut it off, because it makes a nicer, I think it makes a nicer edge. But I don't want to get my head down in the camera to do it. Okay, and now I'm cutting from this point of the score point over to there. And then I'm going to cut from this point down to that point. To the point of the box. Maybe. Okay, and then cut this piece off. And you get it. So you cut all these 4 corners out. That one's really off. Okay. Okay. And fold. Boring? Sorry. And then you pull these up and you glue them to the outside of here. I never thought about gluing it to the inside. I think it's stronger on the outside, but you could glue it to the inside. Okay, and the way that I glue these on, I glue usually these 2 first and then these 2. Of course, you can do it any way you want. And I just fold this back this direction and put the glue on. Okay, let's not do that way. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, you can tell everybody. Okay, and ooh, pretty, huh? Okay, pull these both back. And with the next step, you really need to wait until the glue's dry, but I'm not going to because this works pretty simply. Let's put the top on. Okay, now what I do is, to get the fold, is I push in here and I push in here with my thumb. So I'm going here. And see how it's going to fold? It's going to fold right on that. And that, and And just kind of work it down into place. Okay, and same with the other side. Yeah. And all done. Okay, if you have any questions, you don't understand something, I don't know. I just hope that helps. And then, you know, I don't know. Let me see. Is there anything else I can add? I think that's it. Okay, thanks for watching.